Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Strange Planet Podcast.
The wind.
Oh.
Technical difficulties. Oh, it looks like something's happening. Then they hear me. I think they might. Nope. Yes? Yeah? We're back.
Hey!
Oh, there we are.
Everybody!
Woo. That was fun. Oh, oh boy.
Never a dull moment here at the Strange Planet Podcast.
Man, that was a tough one, huh? I don't even remember the things. I was a cardboard
Who knew?
robot.
If you have the selected default for your webcam,
Yeah.
it didn't work.
Interesting.
But if I went in and actually selected the name of the microphone,
That's weird.
it worked fine.
Crazy.
Works great.
Sweet. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Strange Planet Podcast, the strangest of all the podcasts on the strangest of all the planets. We are your hosts. This is,
Corey James,
and I'm Anthony Zevatek. Thanks for hanging out with us.
always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Boy, I thought we were never going to get on the air.
It was
just gonna
only,
be-
only like
In TV,
20 seconds?
in TV time, though, it feels a lot longer.
No.
It feels a lot longer. How you doing, buddy?
I'm alright.
Good.
Sick of the cold, ready for the warm.
I know.
Tomorrow's the first day of spring.
That's true. The 20th of March, first day of spring, which I think is also free ice cream cone day at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's something to look forward to.
As long as it's not 20 degrees still, which
I'll eat
it's
ice cream.
supposed to be like.
We went and got ice cream. I think it was last week. It was cold. We went to Seven Springs and got ice cream. It was
Wasn't
really
last
nice.
week really warm?
I can't remember.
I think that was like the one warm week where it was like we had a day there where it was 70 degrees.
Maybe that was the day I went and got ice cream.
That makes sense.
I'm not opposed to a little ice cream here and there.
I'm ready for a walk on the bike trail, stop at the Trailside Treats, get some ice cream this summer.
I'm ready for a walk on the wild side.
Sounds like something for us to do tonight.
Get started on this show.
The show? We're doing a show?
Get it started here. We got a nice show for us today. Nothing for the R Comics and nothing on the radar.
No,
although we should be really close to War of the Realms.
Yeah, that was, what was it, May?
Yeah, we should
Believe.
be getting really close to War of the Realms from Marvel. So
That'll be interesting.
yeah, keep an eye out for that. Moving on though, we're gonna get off with the Marvel news. We got
Get
big.
off.
Get off.
Let's get off.
Get off with the Marvel news.
I always get off to some Marvel news.
A lot of good news.
It's been a big week, man.
Yeah, wow, a lot of stuff's been going
Well,
on.
last week was a big week. Always happens. When did it drop? Friday. Out of nowhere. No one knew it was coming.
Yeah, I think it was Friday.
Friday morning.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about the brand new Avengers Endgame
The
trailer.
official.
The official
Endgame
second Endgame trailer. So we're going to watch that all together. It came out really unexpectedly, but it was amazing.
Yeah. Everything. It's
Everything we needed.
Goosebumps, chills.
Yeah.
I love the
The intro.
recaps.
Yeah.
It feels like a smasher
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
They're always done so well, but 90% of this trailer is old
What
stuff.
do we have any speculation as to the highlighting of the red in these flashback
I just assumed it was because of the Marvel logo,
Okay.
the red 10.
Because I mean,
black and red.
everything, red flags.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Cap when he's got the red in his
Oh, yeah.
gloves and stuff. And everything.
That's sweet. So we obviously see it's like a safe haven. Oh, that's gonna be a sweet scene.
Hawkeye.
That's where it's gonna happen.
You know, I got theories about on theories on this trailer right now.
Yeah.
Some
Very
heavy
cool.
shit here.
Yeah.
Like, I love that they show you 90% of stuff you already saw, but at the same time, everything that they show you that's new is big. Like,
Well, everything they also show you that's new is stuff that we've seen in toys and macaroni and cheese.
I guarantee they're
boxes.
showing us the suits because they're like, well, everybody saw it already anyways. Why not?
Let's give it to them.
And do you like how it's the same shot from the teaser?
Yeah.
But they edited it out in the teaser,
Yep.
and then they put it in.
I love that.
Yeah, I know.
That Scott Lang coming back, finding out what's
The missing
happening.
posters.
That's sweet. Arriving in Tokyo, that plane shot, Quinjet.
Boom!
Yeah, that was
I was
sweet.
in a spaceship. That's from Infinity War,
Yeah,
isn't it?
right.
So it's
Yeah.
that. And we saw that in the teaser.
Yes.
Oh, we
epic.
actually get to see
How
Cap's
epic
face
is that
there.
going to be? Is that when the Milano goes down?
Oh, he has a pencil though.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking it was him getting out of the quantum realm.
Maybe. There's Tony Stark right there.
On Earth.
On Earth.
Safe and sound.
We all knew he was going to get there,
Yeah.
though. And then the big part, which they had to wait to show us.
Oh, I love it.
I feel like these two should probably know each other.
I like this one.
Wow.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
There we go. Man, April cannot come soon enough.
Oop.
Let me tell you.
Oop.
Oh, wait.
Oop.
Oh.
Oop.
There we go. We're back. Yeah. Wow. How about that? Gordon Hayward, with his internet speeds, can wank off.
Gordon Hayward.
Plays for the Boston Celtics whenever his knee's not blowing up. But let's talk about that Endgame trailer.
So
Give me some.
okay, so if we're only this is big. Kevin Feige said in an interview that the Russo brothers would only release 8 minutes of footage to them to use for a trailer.
Yeah.
So it explains why we got a lot of shots we've already seen.
Yes.
But the way they did it was so perfect and
Yeah.
so heavy and graceful. So I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
Where was I at?
Kevin Feige said that the Russo brothers used.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where I was going with that. That's big. That's big stuff, though.
Yeah.
Like, only. Oh, so if it's the first 15 minutes.
There we go. He got it.
No, I lost it again.
He lost it again.
Hmm?
They're gone forever.
You talk about it. I'll figure out what I wanted to say.
Yeah, the fact that they used only 8 minutes, and like I said, of course, it's like people have been saying like the first 8 minutes is what we've been hearing, but there's a point where it can't be the first 8 minutes. There is a point where it can be 8 total minutes of the movie, because that Cap scene where he's busted up and bloody in the mouth and he's strapping his shoe
that
on,
has to be
that's
later
not
on
going to
in the movie.
happen in the first 8 to 15 minutes.
Right.
It's got to be a collective 8 to 15 minutes.
Right.
Like we're this is the chunk of a 3-hour movie. You get 8 to 15 minutes, and that wow, and
That would be a lot to work with.
yeah,
When
yeah,
you think of it that way.
yeah.
Um,
Still don't have it.
no.
That's fantastic.
The daughter, where you see
Hawkeye's daughter.
You see Hawkeye with his daughter.
Yeah.
What I was thinking was like, that's probably when Black Widow shows up in Tokyo to see him for the first time.
He's
since the
telling
snapping.
what happened.
That's got to be a flashback to
him.
show. And can you imagine if they're standing there, his family in the background, picnic eating, and he's teaching, and they just. Are they going to show us them just fade away in front of his eyes?
You damn well straight they are.
Ooh, I'm not ready for that.
No, yeah,
that was my thing. Was Kevin Feige saying it was within the first 15 minutes. That was the only thing I could think of was well, how are we seeing stuff back then? But it has to be a flashback.
Yeah, it's got to be a total minute. I don't think it's a first. I think it's a total, which I think is a much smarter thing to do. I think
Everything else could be within the first 15 minutes of the movie.
except for the captain.
Except for the cat. That's what I'm saying. Everything else could.
Yeah.
Like, even the parts
If
with
they
Black Widow with
introduce,
her hair
if
red.
they introduce Captain, well, all right. So Captain Marvel, we are when the movie starts, she's gonna be there.
Right. She was introduced in the.
So that means
Captain
Thor
Marvel.
is not there. Where's Thor at?
What do you mean? Thor and her were face to face.
Yeah, but are Thor and Rocket off somewhere else?
Well, everything we saw in that trailer was Rocket with freaking Rhodey.
Well, yeah, with War Machine, which was sweet,
Awesome, but a little weird.
And I love the use of Rocket's
Original.
comic book
It's
outfit.
It's so like not eye catching.
It's subtle.
Yeah,
It's just
but
great
it's still
subtle.
the colors, the blue and the red, are
Yep.
just like his suit in the comic books,
Yep.
which is awesome because we never got his actual
Right.
comic accurate suit.
Right. As we saw in the trailer, Tony Stark on Earth with Nebula.
Yeah.
So they obviously both make it, which we like I just said, we all knew that Tony wasn't gonna die in space.
Yeah,
They kind of ruin it whenever they kind of undercut the first trailer whenever they have Tony in space going, well, I've got enough oxygen for a day, enough food ran out weeks ago. It kind of undercuts that a lot, but it's still something that we all knew was going to happen.
Maybe it's an even weirder twist. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Because I can't ever stop thinking about the first leaked set photos that we saw with them at the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark looking
Grizzled and old.
gray hair.
Yep.
Where's that come into play?
I think they could have taken the gray hair out of the trailer, because it is that maybe it is that going to be that kind of like Tony's been under this much stress that he is starting to gray, and so. But I think that they could have taken it out of the trailer. Of course, they're notorious for doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. I mean, we just saw it. I feel like this is the first time we've ever seen an edit done and shown to us within trailers, not the movie.
Did they shoot two separate times, them walking through the hangar in regular clothes and them walking through the hangar in outfits, so that they could throw the regular clothes one into the trailer
Why don't
to
they-
kind of
CG could just take care of that in a second.
True. I don't know. I think I would have a lot more respect for the Russos if they made everybody do it twice.
And we saw the same shot of Banner standing in the laboratory,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything else of Banner.
Yeah.
Right? When
Right.
they're wearing the quantum suits,
No banner.
no Banner.
No banner. No Hulk.
No
No
Hulk.
nothing.
Sons of bitches.
Keeping it away. I
Hulk.
I am really excited to. I think the one story arc in the movie that I'm very excited to follow through with is the Scott Lang story. How did he get out of the quantum realm? At what point does he show up? Does he go home and find everyone gone?
Well, that's what I feel
You
like. It's
know,
gonna be like
Is Cassie gone, but his ex-wife is still there?
he's gonna get out.
Is Cassie and the ex-wife still there, but the new husband's still there?
The cop guy.
Yeah, and he's like, shit, dude, let's team up. And then he helps him somehow. I don't know.
He becomes
Wouldn't
an
that be
Avenger,
cool?
Avenger.
He becomes the Black Knight, which we've been hearing so much about.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Anyway, I am excited for that.
I think when he gets out of the quantum realm, that's going to be our time jump. I don't think that part. I don't think what we've seen in the trailer with Black Widow's hair's changing and everything. It keeps swapping back and forth in that trailer. I think that's just the beginning of the movie
Yeah,
showing Scott in the quantum realm
yeah,
and what's going on with them right after the snap. Then him escaping from the quantum realm, and when he comes out, it's only felt like a few minutes to him maybe or something
Right.
like that, but it's really been
yeah.
the large time gap.
Avengers Infinity War opened up on such a heavy scene with Thanos overtaking the Asgardian
Mhm.
ship. Where does Endgame open?
It's just going to show us the aftermath.
I think Endgame.
everything.
Oh, that would be good. I wouldn't mind seeing like Endgame start with Scott in the quantum realm.
Well, it's going to be Scott in the quantum realm, Cap in therapy
Yeah.
session. Like it's gonna all those shots where you can feel that it's like right after the beginning credits.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're gonna see is what's going on with everyone. I feel like that's when Black Widow's gonna do her traveling and go find Hawkeye.
Mm.
I feel like that's when Cap's in the therapy. I feel like that's when Scott Lang's in. That's gonna be the beginning.
Oof.
Thor sitting there with his cool jacket.
Big Carhartt jacket. Epic stuff.
Yeah,
Epic stuff.
we're getting real close.
Real
man.
close. A little over a month away from possibly the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah, I was a little worried. I still haven't seen Captain Marvel, so I can't say anything about that movie. But the reason I didn't go see it, and I've said this from the very beginning, so I'm not one of the boycotters,
Right?
that I didn't think I would like the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go see it. I'll see it eventually when it's just in front of me.
Right. True.
But after the movie came out and I hadn't seen it, and I had this weird feeling. I was like, oh man, now like when the new one comes out, she's a huge part of this new one.
Yeah.
So like regardless if I liked her as a character in this movie, I'm going to have to deal with her in a really important movie that I do want to see.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that it wasn't going to ruin it for me.
Mm. Is she going to have prior experience with Thanos, do you think? Or is it going to be something that she's heard of?
That's the thing is she had to have heard of him.
Right.
I mean, traveling around from planet to planet.
And apparently, from what I've heard from like leaked footage of like, because they showed some footage at a stockholders meeting a couple of weeks ago, and there's been some leaks. Her explanation as to where she's been is that Earth has Avengers, other planets don't. So she's been off helping other people.
Yeah, well, in Captain Marvel, she leaves to help the Skrulls
Right.
find a new planet.
So she
Which,
obviously
who knows how long that took.
right. So she obviously had to have heard of Thanos.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even battled him at one point.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't care how strong Captain Marvel is. If she walks up to Thanos in this movie and makes light of him, I will walk out of the movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
If he does not whoop her ass.
Yeah. I think it'll be...
I hope she puts up a fight. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that. I do want to see a good fight. I want to see a better fight than Hulk getting his ass whooped.
Right.
But if Thanos doesn't take her down, I'm going to be pissed. It's like, that's the point of Thanos.
Right. He's got the...
He is unstoppable.
Well,
Even without the stones.
Yeah. He's still a super strong alien, man.
In comic books, he is the fucking man.
I know. In the
He will
movies,
tear
in the
people
movie,
apart.
they hardly even scratch the surface on the power of Thanos without the gloves.
Well, if you think about when he fought Hulk, he only had 2 stones,
Yeah,
and
he
he
only
didn't
had
use
2.
them.
Yeah, sure.
He just
He just straight
fisticuffed.
up whooped him in the butt. Whooped him in the butt.
Freaking
Avengers.
like he went like that and jabbed Hulk in the neck.
Yeah.
God.
That's a vicious move. Avengers Endgame,
Mm-hmm.
April 27th, 26th? 26th.
Yep.
20 something after the 25th. Check it out because we'll be there. Moving on, Marvel News.
Still on it. Where are we at here?
We are at the big
Oh,
news.
yeah,
It
some
came out
big
over the
news.
weekend.
Weird. Maybe
Actually,
strange.
I think this was Friday. Is when this news came out because I was doing yard work. I was mowing the grass. I was actually on the roof cleaning off the roof.
I think I read it on the way home from work.
Yeah. So
I was pretty taken back.
it was announced last week that Disney has decided to rehire James Gunn
Mr. Gunn back in the seat.
to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Whoa.
We've been talking about this for a very long time
Yes.
and speculating who could pick up the mantle
Yeah.
for Guardians 3.
Apparently nobody.
And apparently that person is James Gunn.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite the shock, but from what I've heard, the decision was made to bring him back maybe about a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, the president of whatever Marvel Studios or Disney or whatever said that he had sat down with him many times.
Yes.
And they had discussed it, and he had plus he did the public apology thing.
Yep.
And they decided it was okay that he came back.
Yeah.
To me, you kind of made this a big deal. Like
Yeah.
for a while there,
Yeah.
it was a big deal. It put a lot of dirt on James Gunn,
Mm-hmm.
and he probably went through a good bit of shit to try to
you
move
know,
on.
I think but I think that's the important thing is that he did probably move on and was like whatever.
Yeah, you got Brightburn coming out. He's got
and they
Suicide Squad.
yeah, and apparently Disney is allowing him to fulfill his contractual
Of
obligation.
course.
And Guardians Volume 3 will not start production until after Suicide Squad, which
The
is set
Suicide Squad.
which is set for 2021.
Yeah.
So it is going to be quite a long time
Yeah.
until we see Guardians Volume 3. Probably 2023.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy to think about where the characters and the actors are going to be at that point. But
I don't know how you're gonna do that.
it's
Building around all these new characters and the story and pushing it on, and then 6 years from now being like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a third movie about those characters that probably aren't even alive at this point.
I know that's a huge thing to think about. Is where woof. Anyway, really good for James Gunn.
Yeah.
Really good for us.
Yes.
As fans.
I love Taika Waititi tweeted.
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to be directing that movie.
Right?
I love it.
That was good stuff.
Or like when Endgame came out and Mark Ruffalo was like, "Does this mean I'm not fired?"
Mhm.
I love that these actors are just so. Ow.
It seems Dave Bautista got what he wanted.
He probably threatened the president. He probably went in there and was like, "You better fucking hire him back.
Hire him back.
Or I'm gone, and I'm gonna beat you up."
Yep. Tell you, it was great to see. So, does this mean we finally get Adam Warlock?
Oh,
Eventually.
I don't know, man.
That's my problem with it.
What's your number one? Here we go.
All right.
I thought about this the other day, and I have a good one. What's your number one character story arc that didn't pan out in the MCU?
Okay.
Like even one little thing that was thrown out there, but they never referenced it again. Nothing ever happened. Obviously, one of the biggest ones being Adam Warlock.
Right.
I have one if you want to think.
I got it.
Okay.
Dr. Samuel Stearns as the leader in the Incredible
Oh,
Hulk.
you son of a bitch! That was mine.
That was yours?
That's
Yeah.
one of the biggest ones, man.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I was
Yes.
thinking about that the other day. It just popped in my head. I went, "Holy shit! Where's the leader at?"
Apparently, they explained it in a in-between comic
Oh, okay.
to where Black Widow went to track him down, and things got a little rocky, and they ended up apprehending Samuel Stearns, and they have him in captivity. S.H.I.E.L.D. has him. But this, I don't know if this was before S.H.I.E.L.D. was broken down, which if in that case, where's the Abomination?
How do you hold the leader captive?
I know. I'm with you.
He should be taking on Thanos.
Yeah. That would probably be my biggest one. So I'm glad we had the same one.
Yep. I mean, Adam Warlock's big,
Yeah.
but like the leader, that's some heavy shit. But the problem with that is we're never gonna get another solo Hulk movie.
Mm-mm.
If we would, the obvious way to go would be the leader.
Right.
That's his
So,
arch nemesis, man.
do you think that the script that James Gunn has put together for the Guardians Volume 3 is going to still be used? Or is time going to dictate a change in said script?
I mean,
Because
time's gonna dictate a lot in this movie. I mean, I know they already said that they were using the script that he had written, but talk about rewrites. They're just gonna keep happening and keep happening and keep happening before.
I mean, you gotta, if it's gonna happen, who knows what contract situations are like? Who knows what Zoe Saldana and Chris Pratt and Dave Bautista and Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel? Who knows what their contracts even
It's
look
weird, yeah. When you get signed into a contract for a trilogy,
like? Yeah. There's a set
is there
plan.
is there a time limit to that contract, or is it like, hey,
Is it
if
just
we want to make these
whenever?
3 movies span out of the next 30 years, you're obligated?
Unless you work for James Cameron, I don't know if that's. I got him on that.
Avatar 6.
Which is a big question for Zoe Saldana. How wrapped up is she with the Avatar franchise now? They're like, I don't know. A lot of things going through my head on this.
Like tied to that?
I think she is
There's
tied
no
to
way that movie. He did not. I don't care what he says. That he did not have 5 more movies planned
No.
when he wrote that movie.
No.
He did
definitely
not.
not.
That movie.
No, if
was
he
buttoned
did,
up.
he wouldn't have killed off Sigourney Weaver and the main villain. He wouldn't have, which he plans on still using for the next 4 movies. He plans on bringing the villain back, even though he got shot in the chest by some Avatar.
He got like
arrows.
6. I was gonna say he
Yeah,
got like 6
there's like
gigantic
4
spears in
gigantic
his
arrows
chest
in his chest, and he fucking died. And they plan on using him still.
while wearing a mech suit.
Yeah.
The lesson here, kids, is don't open your mech suit.
Never
when
open
in
it.
battle.
Never open it. I don't even care what's going on the inside. There
Like
could
when Bruce Banner opened his helmet to say you guys are so screwed in the middle of a fucking war.
yeah. And no one could hear him.
Don't do that.
You can hear him at that
Dude,
point.
like a half mile away.
Hey, you're so screwed. Yeah.
They're freaking like alien monsters. They don't
Yeah.
even know what you're.
Don't even get it.
Don't open your mech suit.
Don't open your mech suit. Don't do it. Anyway. Oh, the guy on Independence Day. He takes off his oxygen mask while he's flying the plane and he dies. Never take off anything while you're doing something.
Their safety.
Well,
That-
they're
that
there for
oxygen
a
thing is
reason.
literally saving your life
It's
right
there
now.
for a reason. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna move back. James Gunn is back directing for Disney, and who knows what this means for the rest of the cosmic universe, and who knows what this means for possible Adam McKay movies in the future, and who knows what this could mean for the actors.
It's a weird situation.
It's a very
That's
weird
what I-
situation. It's kind of, you're looking back and you're like, I'm happy he's back, but what does this mean? Especially with the announcement that it's not going to happen until after the Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
So what are we going to do that? I just don't
that's
know.
production though. I would assume that he's probably already started pre-production
on the Suicide
on
Squad.
the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, even if
It's
a,
written.
if it's a
ready to go.
2021 release, it'll be at least ready. It'll be done with production at the beginning
So
of
if
next
they
year.
finish filming
The end of this year, beginning
the
of
end of
next.
this year, that means he could be filming Guardians next year,
That's true. That's true.
and then with a
That's
year
true.
and a half release later.
We'll see what happens. One more bit of Marvel news today.
Real quick, something
Real-
stupid.
Real quick. We're not going to give too much time to it.
Sony's making another bad choice.
Yeah, so it's been reported by Comic Book Resources that Sony is reportedly developing an Agent Venom television show starring Tony
The dude from Homecoming.
Revolori, who played Flash Thompson in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
What the heck? What is that? What even is that?
What channel?
Agent Venom.
What channel does Sony have access to?
Isn't there a Sony channel?
There's a Paramount
There's
channel.
100% a Sony channel.
Is there a Sony channel?
Yep.
Keep talking.
On the PlayStation View, when I get that cable, there's always a Sony
Oh,
station
yeah.
that plays Sony movies, and I'm like, I didn't even know Sony made movies, and then I'll be watching it and a random movie come on, and I didn't even know it was Sony.
Okay, so
Maybe. I mean, unless it's trying to go like stream service, perhaps.
maybe.
I don't know.
All right,
All I know
like I
is the
said.
Agent Venom comic book series. It's not that good.
It's not that good. It's not that good.
It's not that great of a story.
It's not that great.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
I
about
didn't
that.
even.
And that character-
I didn't care for that Flash Thompson.
No, he's not.
He's not Flash
Isn't he
Thompson.
Isn't he like 14? Supposed to be in that movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Agent Venom is a full-grown adult.
Plus, my problem with that whole Flash Thompson in the first place is that Flash Thompson is a fucking jock bully. Not some smarmy rich DJ douchebag who says
It's
penis
hip,
all the time.
Man, it's
It's
to the,
not hip.
It's hip to the
It's
job,
not
man.
hip
It's
to the job.
it's with the
It's
times.
straight up square,
It-
and they're acting like a bunch of turkeys.
Yeah, well,
That's what's going on. Agent Venom.
you wanted them younger. You got it.
I want a younger, like a jock bully. I don't want a DJ.
They can't portray a bully on screen when
There
everybody...
is a bully. The kid calls
Not-
it. He says penis all the time. That kid's a bully.
penis.
Penis
You're
Parker.
a bully.
Penis Parker. The dude chants it. Like, he's got problems,
Dude.
man. I don't know.
I started reading Spider-Man Noir this past week.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Did they say penis in that a lot?
No.
Good.
It is a dark, fucked up, twisted story.
There you go.
And Spider-Man's origin in that is really messed up how Ben Parker died.
Is he gutted
No. He's eaten. Cannibalized.
by a person?
By Tombs. By the Vulture.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. He eats him alive while he's tied to a chair. And then Urich, Henry Urich, the reporter,
Ben Urich.
Ben Urich, gets shot, and he had a bunch of files on the Goblin, who is like a mob boss in the 1930s. And
I like that.
yeah, and he leaves them with Felicia Harding, who is running a brothel / speakeasy,
Nice.
and she gives them to Peter Parker. So Peter Parker now knows where all of Goblin's stuff's going down, and he goes to a dock one night when they're supposed to be getting all these like artifacts that are stolen, and one of them is this like porcelain-looking creepy spider, and they accidentally drop it, and it's supposed to be cursed or something, and a bunch of like mutated spiders come out of it, crawl up the rafters, and bite him. And then he has this crazy acid trip where he's like naked, stuck on a spider web, and this huge spider is talking to him
Beer.
and tells him, we only kill bad people. You're a good person. We're going to give you special powers.
Nice. That's very nice of him.
But I like all the villains. I like the style of it. All the villains in it aren't, like I said, Goblin is a crime boss. And he has all his minions, all like the Sinister Six, are actual just regular people.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Like the Vulture, they call him the Vulture because Goblin found him in the circus, and they were
Dead
torturing
bodies.
him his whole life and
Ooh.
feeding him.
Dead
people.
Ooh. Gross.
Yeah. Sorry. I had
That's
to talk
alright.
about that for a
That's
minute.
fun. Moving on to our next subject, DC news.
Ooh.
Which we actually have been having a lot of DC news lately, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to talk about DC.
I guess.
I guess. So, Corey, you want to tell us about
Where we at?
some news on the
Okay, so the director of the new Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman
1984.
84, 1980. You're going to say 1984 or you're going to say 84?
I think it's 1984, isn't it?
I think it is too.
The official title.
Yeah.
We had a lot of questions when we saw some pictures back a while ago.
Yeah, like what the hell is Steve Trevor doing wearing a Tom Cruise costume?
Why is he at the mall?
Why is he at
Shouldn't
the
be
mall? Why is he at the mall?
So
Are they going to have a KV Toys at that mall? I don't know.
I heard KB Toys was making a comeback.
I hope so.
Anyway, the director has announced that
Isn't it
Wonder Woman.
Patty Jenkins? Isn't that who it is? Keep going.
That sounds right. Or
Keep going.
wasn't Patty Jenkins the one that was the Star Wars?
No, that was.
Oh, Patty Jenkins is the director of Wonder Woman.
That's
Yeah.
what I just said.
I thought you were saying like the head of Warner Brothers.
No.
Anyway, the director of Patty Jenkins has said, "Fuck you," has said that Wonder Woman 84 is not a sequel
Is not a sequel.
to Wonder Woman.
Okay. So, I guess it's a sequel in the truest sense of the form is that
It's
the
movie.
next movie starring a character that was in a previous movie. But I guess the story's not going to be
I think DC is very confused on what sequels are and what universes are. Like, they say, oh, we have the DC universe, and then the second a movie does subpar, they go, oh, no, we don't. Nothing's connected.
Right.
But we're gonna have another movie after those movies that is connected, so it's in the universe. No.
No,
No.
that's not right.
No.
So
I don't even know. I'm confused still.
I am confused because even I'm thinking is that it's it's just gonna be another Wonder Woman.
Are they rebooting it?
Are they? That's a good question.
Are they rebooting it with the exact same actors and director 2-3 years later? I don't even. Can you call that a reboot?
Steve Trevor's in it.
Gal Gadot,
Gal Gadot's in it.
the most important character, the main character who plays Wonder Woman.
Steve Trevor's in it.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you still think it's Martian Manhunter posing as Steve
No,
Trevor?
because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Warner
Yeah,
Brothers
they're
is stupid.
That was
They
like-
don't know what the
that
hell
was
they're
like,
doing.
That was like last August, whenever that theory was up, that it was Martian Manhunter.
That's a good theory. That would be cool.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that.
No.
They don't even know how to make a sequel.
It's funny because it's like it is that kind of question. It's all right. So yeah, let's say that it's a projection of Wonder Woman's mind of Steve Trevor, speaking with her, whatever.
Right.
But he's wearing a more modern flight suit. So
That's not a flight suit. That's a jumpsuit. That's a 80s
yeah.
like running jogging suit.
No, it's like an Air Force uniform, like a
What?
Top Gun thing. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a jumpsuit.
No. So yeah, how can she see him as that? I don't understand it.
I don't know.
So I don't know.
I feel like one of your best movies that you have made is Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
and you're already ruining it.
Yeah.
The second one hasn't even come out yet,
Right.
and you're ruining it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of both right.
Oh God,
It's
that was my butt bone.
It's not a full suit, but he's got a bomber jacket on, like a member. Oh, it's a members only jacket because it's got the little patch there.
You're a members only. Jack.
Shut up. So he's got a members only jacket on, a nice watch,
Nice watch.
some sneaks, some
Sneakies.
Nikes, and some slacks.
Some Snikes.
So
Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter. Wouldn't that be crazy if it was? And they were just like at the end, they were like,
They won't.
do. Like, wouldn't that be fun? I don't know.
Is it a? That doesn't make any sense.
It's not a prequel.
That doesn't
like
make any
40
sense.
years in between. I don't know. Take it, and do with it what you want, I guess. Speaking of reboots,
Speaking of James Gunn,
speaking of James Gunn, speaking of reboots, it was announced that the new Suicide Squad movie will not be a sequel. It is a reboot. Hard reboot.
James
with an
Gunn's
H.
making a reboot, and Idris Elba is in,
The Suicide Squad.
and it's called The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
Squid.
The Squid Squad. The
Squid Squad.
Huh. I'd watch that.
It's like the Squidbillies, but like more like C Lab 2021
Oh,
style.
I love it. Ooh. If those two cartoons had a baby, Squid Squad.
Squidbillies was terrible.
Squidbillies was terrible. There's like one or two good episodes out of like 50. I don't even talk about that shit. So yeah,
You know
there
what's
you
an
go.
underrated Adult Swim show?
What?
Super Jail.
Oh, I love Super
Super
Jail.
Jail was
I love
the
Super
shit.
Jail. Super Jail's great.
Yeah.
Forgot what we were talking about. Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squid.
So there you go. It's a reboot. Completely
It's a
forget
reboot.
about everything.
Idris Elba is in.
Oh, he's in.
He's in.
Okay. Deal.
It was in the same article that I read that. in.
So let's, I don't know, let's do it better, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, will he? I mean, it is James Gunn,
If it's a
Give him
reboot,
something.
if it's a reboot,
which he said it is.
which he said it is, and Harley Quinn's in it, is it gonna be someone other than Margot Robbie?
I feel like they're all going to be someone different. If it's a reboot, if he's calling it now and saying it's a reboot, and we've already recast Deadshot, I don't see why everyone is not recast.
There you go, Margot Robbie, 2 movies as Harley Quinn.
I'm alright.
I'm so tired of Warner Brothers, and they're messing up everything, and they sign these good actors, and then they fuck with them. Like, Margot Robbie could be doing something
she-
cool in the MCU.
But I was going to say, now, okay, so she did her DC thing, and now we know.
She could be the new Emma Frost in the new X-Men movies.
Did you like the girl that played Emma Frost in
I
First Class?
I hate January Jones in everything she does because of her portrayal in Mad Men. The part she plays in Mad Men
Is she
makes
like the
me
wife or
hate
something?
her. Yeah, Betty Draper. I hate January Jones. I kind of like her
Because
a
of
little
her
bit
character or because of her acting?
because of her character. Yeah,
How
the
can you
cha-
hate an actor because of one character that they played?
You've never.
That's like,
you've
no,
obviously.
you know, I do
you've
understand
obviously-
that. I understand it because of the wife from Breaking Bad.
Oh,
I hate
yeah,
that
yeah.
woman with a
Yeah.
passion,
Yeah.
but I'm sure she's probably a really nice lady.
Yeah. Right? No, I don't care for January Jones because of Betty Draper. And,
I don't know if she did a great job as Emma Frost.
I don't think she did. It was
Those were
very.
probably the most lackluster.
They
of
could
the
have
parts of
gotten
those
the
movies.
girl that played Emma Frost in X-Men Origins
Oh yeah,
Wolverine.
that one random girl that just
And-
went like this for
I
1
know.
second.
And she would have done better than January Jones.
What about the dude that played Cyclops for that 1 second too?
I like Taron Egerton better. Is that who it is? Taron Egerton?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, it does sound right.
I liked him in Player.
No, it's not right. It's
Ready
no,
Player
it is
One.
right. No, I am right. I like him in Kingsman.
Yeah, you said that.
I say that a lot.
Wasn't there a third one coming out?
Probably. So yeah, there you go. DC news. Wow. Yeah, there you go. DC news is over. We're gonna watch some trailers now with y'all. Do our little cool trailer stuff. Oh, here we go. We're just jumping right in. Did you transition it on the page?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Son of.
Son of a. Start it over.
So we get Bonnie, which is cool.
Yeah.
We weren't sure if that was even gonna happen. God damn it. Hold on, everybody.
Hold on. This is the episode where we're gonna have all the technical difficulties. Here we go.
So Forky is her new toy.
Yep.
He doesn't want to be a toy. He doesn't know why he's alive.
Right. He wants to eat chili.
Maybe chili. I love it.
Why am I alive? You're Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life. Huh? What? Oh.
So we get Bo Peep in the antique store.
Yeah.
Which was a huge theory that everybody had, and that she was going to be.
This
somewhat-
antique store is creepy.
Yeah, somewhat was right that people were saying that she was going to be somewhat of a bad
Yeah.
guy in this, but she does try to convince Woody that he shouldn't go back to Andy.
Aw, Sheriff Woody always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Wow. Woody, are we going to Bonnie? We have to find them. What would you like? What do you do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle.
Let's go.
You gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh,
You've handled this loss.
Pixar. Man, they get you.
Open your eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
You can't teach this old toy new tricks.
You'd be surprised.
Bonnie? We're going home for you.
I don't think Bo's going to be alright with that.
No. Great use of the Beach Boys here. I thought,
Don't let Woody leave. Kids lose their toys every day.
I was made to help you, child. I don't remember it being this hard. Woody, somebody's whispering in your ear. Everything's gonna be okay.
So,
Love it.
whoa. Tell you what, I am not at all ashamed to say that when I watched it earlier, I was crying a little bit. I cry a lot these days. It's just me. But yeah, that made me tear up. The whole thing.
I didn't think there should have been a 4 when they announced the
I
version of
know.
4, but
I know.
they always find a way to come up with
Yeah.
creative new stories to take on these
Take the
characters.
transition down so the guys aren't looking at that.
Why? We're going straight to an extra.
Oh, that's true.
But we can still talk about it.
Yeah, definitely would still want to talk about some Toy Story. So the theory everyone had was that Woody dies. What if he doesn't? What if he
I don't think
decides
that
to
Woody
stay
dies.
at the antique store?
No, because they show him trying to leave. He says, "There's Bonnie. We're trying to go home," and then the puppets say, "Don't let Woody leave."
Right.
And then
I think he stays.
what?
Yep.
No, he goes back with Bonnie.
Nope.
He just gave that big speech and said, I was made to, make children happy." I don't remember it being that hard. That line, kinda, yeah, maybe, but no, he won't betray his owner.
I don't know, man.
That's the point.
I don't know.
Anyone else, even Bo Peep, but not Woody.
I don't know. Toy Story.
Maybe they help Forky back into the before life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
He seems pretty not happy that he's alive.
Yeah, I think he learns to be a toy, though. I think by the end of it, he'll learn that he does mean a lot to Bonnie.
I feel like that's kind of mean to Forky because he is a plastic fork with a pipe cleaner.
Pipe cleaner hands and a popsicle stick feet.
So, like, yeah, Bonnie's going to like him for a couple days, and then he's going to get thrown away.
Yeah.
Because he's not an actual toy.
Oof.
And you just convinced him that he should be happy that he's alive and be a toy. Shame on you guys.
Deep stuff. Pixar's really picking the bones here.
Yeah.
Toy Story, I think it's set for a May release, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
No, actually, I'm wrong.
It was midsummer, wasn't it?
It is midsummer because May is the other one, not the
Pets.
no.
Secret Life of Pets 2.
No, May is the Disney movie.
There's lots of Disney movies.
Not the
coming out.
Lion King, not Dumbo, but the one that the other live action. Aladdin. Aladdin's May 24th. That's what
They
it
have
was.
So many effing movies coming out.
4 big, 5 big movies coming out this year. 6 if you count Far From Home.
Which we do.
Which we do. Moving on, we're gonna check out the trailer for Doom Annihilation.
So did anybody know that there was another Doom movie coming out?
Nope.
Do you remember the first Doom movie?
Yeah.
With Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
And Carl Urban.
and Carl Urban, who we all thought that The Rock was going to end up being Doom guy, but by the end of it, it was Carl Urban, and we got that sick-ass 3 minutes of actual Doom movie footage at the end, and then about 80 minutes of bad movie.
We all remember.
Well, you thought that was bad. They're coming out with Doom Annihilation.
There we go.
Move out.
Chainsaw.
Woo!
Interesting.
Man, does that look great. Acting and writing.
Was it?
Die! Yeah, we got it.
Is it set for a DVD release?
Yup.
Or okay. All right.
Straight to streaming, straight to DVD. I heard, like, last year that they were in talks of making a new Doom movie.
Yeah.
And that it was supposedly starring a female.
Right. We
main
talked about this
role.
on the Strange Planet podcast.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about it because I never heard anything about it, and I just assumed it was just a stupid rumor.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yep.
But I don't think it has any weight to it. You know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with the video games. Like, we got Doom Eternal coming out soon. And ID Software came out, like, the day that this trailer was everywhere and was like, hey, guys, we have nothing to do with the movie franchise. Like, that's not the same thing as a video game franchise. So, woof!
Close one.
They could have made a... Why can't they make a good Doom movie?
I don't know. Why can't they make good comic book movies?
They do.
Which one?
All the Marvel movies.
Oh, I'm sorry, not comic book, video game.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Video
Sorry,
games.
everybody. Sorry.
I mean, we have some decent ones nowadays. They do all right. Like, Tomb Raider wasn't bad. It was okay. It wasn't like that.
That's crap.
We talked about Hitman. all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not like that.
That's true.
I mean, that's low budget. You can tell.
Oh yeah.
Low budget, bad acting,
Terrible
bad
stuff.
writing.
Yeah.
How do they get the movie rights to this franchise have to be so low overpriced
Mm-hmm.
compared to the video game rights?
Yeah. Definitely.
With the Doom remake and Doom Eternal coming out and being so big and so amazing, and the storylines are so good,
Yeah.
why couldn't you literally just base it on the story that was in the last game? Even loosely base it on that story, and it would have been a hell of a lot better than what we just watched.
Yeah. Definitely. No, I think it looks like crap.
Yep.
I won't watch it.
Mm-mm.
Not even for free.
I will. I watched Doom last night.
Oh, there you go.
It's like it's like a guilty pleasure.
I heard a thing about guilty pleasure. We shouldn't be saying guilty pleasure. We should be owning up to the things we like, no matter how
But
terrible
Doom's
they are.
bad.
Yeah, Doom is bad. Doom is
Like, it's not
bad.
like watching The Mummy. Like, a lot of people don't like The Mummy.
Mm.
I like The Mummy,
Mummy's fun. It's a
and
fun
I
movie.
own up to that.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, a lot of people don't like it. They think it's a shitty movie.
Huh.
Doom is a shitty movie.
Yes.
But I watched that whole movie for if I really want to, I'll just watch Hardcore Henry, because basically they did that entire movie is like the last 3 minutes of Doom.
Yeah. We got one more trailer to watch with everybody today. Gotham. The nice people at Fox and Gotham released a trailer highlighting Bane.
Yeah, we talked about the pictures that had released a while back of Bane.
Yes.
Who was supposed to show up in this final season.
Yes. The Bane Red
And
Band trailer.
man, does this look straight up like scene for scene, almost ripped from The Dark Knight
Yeah.
Returns.
Yes.
And Bane looks a lot better after post-production. You know? Those pictures.
Ew. Boo.
He
Crazy.
sounds like he's underwater.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like how they keep going with that voice just because Tom Hardy used it.
Yeah.
Government declared Gotham off limits. The city was given over to criminals, murderers.
I'm working on getting you help.
Just say we're on our own. I know you sold the RPG that took out Haven. I want to know why. What do you say, boys? Should we show this lawman how we feel about uninvited guests?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Ben McKenzie is Jim
I thought
Gordon.
Batman was going to drop in right there.
I know. That's what I
Soldiers.
thought. We got Shane West. You might remember him from A Walk to Remember.
That guy?
Yeah.
So he plays Bane.
Yeah.
Grows on you.
It's cool that a TV show has amounted to this.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like a movie.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. But at the same time, you could just watch Batman Returns.
Right.
And that's what this is.
You kill me for some bureaucrat. Mission comes first. You told me that. You could have been like the whole time, making the world a better place.
Oh, stabbed in the belly. Oh, but he got stabbed in the chest.
It needed an upgrade. At least they pump him with the acid stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I intend to give you a true purpose.
Here we go.
Which maybe makes sense of why his head's smaller than the rest of his body.
There's Hugo Strange. Dr. Hugo Strange.
B.D. Wong.
B.D. Wong. Pretty cool. Whoa.
I'm Bane! It looks like they just gave him an inflatable suit. I can't get over the suit.
Yeah, what happens to Jim Gordon there?
Is that Jigsaw talking? I swear I saw that scene in Batman Returns.
He just like touches that nun on the head and she falls
Ah!
down. Yeah.
I like how all the villains are like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's this is a lot of stuff I didn't know about because I haven't really I watch Gotham on the Netflix, so I kind of keep up with it as it's released.
She's giving birth and shooting.
Poison Ivy, right? Isn't that who that is? That's it.
Who, the one in wheelchair?
Yeah.
No, that was Barbara Gordon.
Oh.
She's a villain in this. He breaks her heart in the second season, and she becomes a villain. Legend of the Dark Knight.
Wow.
So like, how does all this stuff happen without Batman?
I don't know.
I say it every time. But like, that's where I always come back.
Did you shut down our live stream when you X'd out of that?
No.
No? Good.
It wouldn't say stop streaming.
Oh.
Streaming.
Nice. Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it looks good,
Yeah.
and it's crazy to think that we're in the day and age where television shows are almost all the television shows are doing this now.
Yeah.
Like we got the season finale of Game of Thrones coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to be epic. You got this season finale.
Yep.
Arrow finale. A bunch of shows are coming to doing
The Big Bang Theory. Just throwing it out there.
Great.
I'm just throwing it out there, man.
Whoop-de freaking do.
Gotham, The Legend of the Dark Knight.
The Legend of the Dark Knight, but he hasn't even existed yet.
I know. Weird. Which, I guess it'll be, like we said, we reported on this a couple of weeks ago, it'll be the last, the last scene that they have?
Yeah, supposedly, where
Yeah.
he'll finally be in the full get-up.
Yeah, something like that.
It's cool when shows go that long, too, and a main character has started out young in the role and grown throughout the series.
Agreed.
To be the same. You know, that's always really cool.
Agreed.
You know what I found out?
What'd you find out?
So, something blew my mind the other day. I found out that Brie Larson, because I never thought I had ever seen her before,
Mm-hmm.
she's Envy Adams in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Really?
Yeah. She's the ex-girlfriend.
Interesting. I never thought. I was actually thinking about watching that movie.
I watched it. I drew a picture of Scott Pilgrim this past weekend, and then I was like, you know what, I want to watch that movie. And then I was watching it, I'm staring at her, I'm like, why does she look so weird and familiar now when she never did before? And I'm like, it's fucking Brie Larson. Weird.
I was on the way. I was driving the other day, and the Scott Pilgrim song came on my Spotify because I have the soundtrack.
We are sex bomb.
So I was thinking about watching it. That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Something else I found out
What'd you find
about
out?
that same movie
Yeah.
was the... Okay, actually I didn't find this out, but I believe it to be true. I did find out that Fulton from Home Alone, Fuller from Home Alone, the
kid.
cousin.
Yeah, the kid who has a pissing
Yeah, if
problem.
he drinks too much, he'll wet the bed.
Right.
Is Macaulay Culkin's actual brother in real life.
I kind of believe that now that I think
Now
about
that you think about it, yeah, you're like, oh, they actually look alike.
it.
I did not know that until the other day. Then, when I was watching Scott Pilgrim and I realized that Brie Larson was in it, I was like, you know, the roommate, Wallace, kind of looks like Macaulay Culkin. Like, a lot. And I'm pretty sure that's his brother.
The gay roommate is Fuller.
But and then I found out that Fuller was his brother in Home Alone, so I'm like, holy shit, Wallace from Scott Pilgrim is Fuller from Home Alone.
There
I don't
you
know.
go.
I didn't look that up.
Oh.
So I still don't know if that's true.
Oh.
But I believe it to be true.
There you go. We're not even
That's
gonna
all
look
that
it up.
matters.
We're not even going to look it up.
I'm right. Right?
Yeah, I believe you're right. I believe you're right.
Doesn't he look like him?
Yeah. I would believe that. If you told me that. Last little bit today. I want to just go off the cuff here real quick.
Off the cuff.
Over the weekend, we talk about this, every now and again. There was a terrible incident at the Christchurch Mosque in New Zealand where 50 people were killed by a radical white nationalist with a gun.
Who had a video camera strapped to him and
Yeah.
screamed, "Subscribe to PewDiePie."
Yeah.
Right before he
Live streamed the whole thing.
Woo.
Sent a 70-page manifesto where he outlined, his thoughts and his hate of people of color and people of different religions, and talked about his love for President of the United States of America. It's terrible, you know. White nationalism, Nazis, that's not good stuff. If you're, you know, it's not the kind of thing that should even be allowed in 2019. You know, we're a much evolved society.
You always got to think that the more evolved and the more we press forward, there's always going to be the people that press harder.
Yeah.
The opposite way.
Yeah.
There always is. There always is.
Yeah.
No matter what. Unfortunately.
Our condolences go out to every single family member of the victim of that horrible incident. And I also want to mention that government in New Zealand is insanely smart right now, to where a terrible shooting happens where the use of a semi-automatic weapon, the next day they put into legislation ban on semi-automatic weapons. A day after that, the ban went through. The day after that, people were gladly turning over their semi-automatic weapons.
Makes sense.
It's not about, and here's where the thing in America gets weird, is that it's the Second Amendment, and you can't take my guns, it's against the Constitution. Since when does your personal interest in something become greater than humanity? It's not, you know, man, it's insane to think that we go through, there's, you know, at this point in the year, there's probably 400 people have been killed by a gun in our country. That's, you know, a semi-automatic weapon. Mass shootings happen all the time, and yet Republican politicians are just there with a handshake and a prayer, and that doesn't fucking do it. It's got to be real change. It's got to be real effective. If you want change, call your congressman, call your senator, call anybody of political power in your state and demand it. Because together we can make it happen. Together we're bigger than the NRA. That's really all.
Bernie's running again.
I think it's so. I have, you know, I love Bernie, but I think him running does a greater, does more negative on the. There could be a more collective effort into someone who's not so.
There'll be others.
Radical. I'm Beto O'Rourke, man. Beto O'Rourke 2020. That's what it's all about over here. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Strange Planet Podcast. We have been your hosts. This has been
Corey James.
And I've been Anthony Zevatek. Have a strange day.
Later.